Somebody sent me, well, actually, Mike August sent me something from the message board, and it was one of our African-American listeners, one of the three.
What of?
And I went on this tirade yesterday. It was basically about the epidemic of the black community not having pops hang around and raise their kids, and how this is almost, I mean, it's up there with it's like a disease because it's killing people. I mean, you know, if this was a disease, if this was tuberculosis or sickle cell or something that, or whatever it was, polio, we'd attack it and
right.
We'd address it. And it's literally getting people killed because people are shooting people in the street and people are going to prison and there's gang violence and blah, blah, blah. And to me, in my mind, it all stems from the black family being destroyed. And I don't know whose fault that is, but I'm saying it needs to be at least discussed, addressed, and approached. And it's racist not to discuss it. People are dying every day because it will not be discussed. We talk about our racist society and we talk about the haves and have-nots, and we have little things like, you know, children at risk, women at risk, you know, urban, little things like that. But no one ever really just gets down and discusses what the problem is, which I've been saying on Loveline, regardless of what your race is, unless you're white. Too many kids, too many mamas, too young, too poor, no dads around. And I started thinking about it, and I got this from the message board that Mike forwarded along to me. I think Dawson will give it a read.
As an African-American male with 32 nieces and nephews whom have not had a single dad around, I can say with confidence that Adam is 100% right. I am working in Tokyo and am so exhausted from sending thousands of dollars back home to take up the slack. My situation is not unique, but unfortunately far too common. I have 3 older sisters. 4 out of 5 of those male children are or have spent significant time in prison. My sisters all started having kids before they finished high school. My sisters have 10 kids. Those kids have had the remaining 22. The only common denominator is no dad around. I'm busting my butt to save as many as possible. I have no kids and am single. Guess you can do the math as to why that is. How did I make it out, you may ask?
I did the gay math, by the way, but keep going.
I had an uncle that was around till the age of 10, and he put a fire in my belly. And I had the sense to hang around with friends that had families, white, and yes, I was called Uncle Tom throughout high school. The answer is simple: family. Thanks, Adam, for saying what needs to be said.
Of course.
This feels like blah, blah, blah.
It's all family. It's all family. If you have 10 kids, even if you're rich, and nobody's rich, but if you have 10 kids and no dad around, you're fucked. And if you're living in a small apartment, you're fucked. I mean, you know, we think of it, and we do an unfortunate racial math where you think, oh, there's Oswaldo from Nicaragua and his 4 kids living in a small apartment. I got 2 kids. I live in a big house. The house doesn't seem big enough for the 2 kids. And I don't have enough time to pay attention to the 2 of them. I couldn't imagine 7 of them.
Right.
And that's it. And then I started thinking, so I went and I took my blonde lab for a walk. And I started thinking about it. I started looking around here, and I thought, well, now how many kids do we have around here? How many people here do we have? And we took all 10 staff members, or thereabouts, and I left out some of the, sort of ancillary folks, salespeople and stuff like that.
Retarded Gary.
Basically, I took the semi-retarded Gary, and we took the core 10 people that work here. Average age 35.7.
You're a spry group. We had our finger on the pulse.
We had the one guy with some Asian blood in him crunched the numbers, actually. It was pretty funny. Chris Moxalaxa. So we have 10 people working here. 35.7 is the age. Out of the 10 people over 35 years of age, 3 kids. And one of them was just born. Yeah. The other 2 are under 6. That's out of this
that we know about.
That's true. That's this large group of people. Yeah. Now, we don't ever have to worry about us because we don't have any kids to fuck up, and we can pursue things like this instead of going to work at the GM factory or working cleaning houses or having 5 jobs and keeping us away from the kids, the imaginary kids we don't have. Because of this, I just thought, what? And we never really have to worry about the kids or the unborn kids killing anyone else's kids or getting in prison or joining gangs or anything like that. That's the key. And if you look at the countries that aren't doing well, that's the key. Whatever their nationality is. Too many kids, not enough dads, not enough resources, not enough parents, and we're fucked. Either we're fucked or that society's fucked or whatever it is. That's the one thing. So all it is narrowing, it's basically taking the family and putting the family back together. It's saying, look, if you're not going to be with someone, or first off, fellas, if you're not going to raise your kid, pull out. Come on the tits. And secondly, as a culture and a society, we hold you responsible for shitting out a kid. I mean, you know, you cheat on your taxes, you bang into someone's fender and you don't leave a note, you cut in line. These are all things we don't like. But having a kid and having multiple kids with multiple mothers and not staying around to raise that, there should be a class action suit against you, which is the people of society versus you.
Are the mothers pissed? I mean, it's seemingly not enough, right?
Everybody, the point is this. In the black community, and there's other cultures as well, it is acceptable, it has been accepted, and it's being tolerated. And it shouldn't be tolerated. Somebody has to step up, and it'd be nice if the Al Sharptons and the Jesse Jacksons would step up, but they won't do it because that's not part of their narrative.
The Adam
they're not
Carolla
getting paid for them. I do have a Jew-fro, but that's as close as I can get. I'll just get shit for saying it. Somebody, and when I say somebody, I mean everybody in that community has to start stepping up and going, this is not okay. The same way we do it with everything. I mean, we take a cause like bullying. That's fucking bullying. Bullying is nothing compared to this as a problem. Bullying is who gives a flying shit compared to this. This is people dying in the streets. This is people going in jail at age 17, 18, 19 for 30 years. This is systematic abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, assault. This is teenagers killing teenagers, and we've started a fucking click it or ticket campaign and an anti-bullying campaign and a don't text while you're driving campaign and a secondhand smoke campaign. That doesn't mean shit compared to this. This is people being shot in the street. Secondhand smoke, first off, doesn't really exist. Secondly, if it does, maybe it kills you in your 70s. This is being shot dead in the street at 17. And people go, oh, well, yeah, sure, it's being shot by racist white guys who live in Florida. No, it's being shot by other teenagers and racist white guys as well who are freaked out over you because you're a black teen. So this is an epidemic, and somebody needs to talk about it. But Spike Lee's not going to talk about it, and Jesse Jackson's not going to talk about it, and Al Sharpton's not going to talk about it, and Bill Maher sure's not going to talk about it, nobody in Hollywood's going to talk about it, and no politician's going to talk about it. So what are we going to do? Well, just have more people die in the street. And somehow you talking about it makes it you a racist when there's fucking people dropping left and right?
What I hope is that you're talking about it inspires people in the black community to talk about it, because whether it's good or bad, I feel like if a bunch of white people are talking about it, no one's going to really listen.
No. Why? Every one of those fucking scientists who are the Doctors Without Borders, whether they're going to San Salvador, Nicaragua, whether they're going to Africa, it's all just some white guy from a church in Utah. He's fixing all those people. He's giving out the malaria vaccines and the AIDS vaccines. We see it all the time. Oh, Bill Gates is going to, he's going to donate $1 billion for AIDS vaccines and mosquito nets for malaria. He's a white guy. Why should he have to? Why can't a white guy talk about it?
I'm not saying a white guy can't talk about it. I'm saying that. Well, then. No, I'm saying that I feel like it's...
I'm sorry for cutting off, but here's what I think the problem is. The problem is everyone goes, look, you can't, you're white, so you can't. And then we all adopt that thing, which is somebody black is going to have to start talking about this. I don't think it's racist, and I don't think it's a cultural thing for white folk to try to help black folk. And this is what it is. It's not saying fuck you or you're stupid. It's white folks saying here's a way to prevent more deaths. And whether it's a vaccination or it's birth control, it's a way to present or prevent more deaths. Why is that not something? I know you have that instinct of like, what are you can't
No,
judge.
I'm not about trying to silence you. What I'm saying is I feel like if a bunch, because I agree with you and I think it is good that you're addressing this and I hope it turns into a lot of people talking about it. But I'm saying if it's just remains white people talking about it, I don't know that is that going to change black culture?
No.
It could, first off, it couldn't hurt. Like literally somebody's got to speak up. And, again, like I said, whatever you are, whatever color you are, whatever nationality you are, if you see a problem, whether it's a physical problem or it's a social problem, whether it's malaria or sexual abuse, whatever color you are, you should be you should be deputized to attempt to fix it. That doesn't mean you're judging it. It means you're attempting to fix it. Do you know what I'm saying? And yes, of course, it would be great if this became a plank in the platform of the Spike Lees and the, Al Sharptons. That would be awesome. But they're not going to do it. And somebody needs to start talking about it. And it'd be nice if everyone just talked about it and basically just took the information. Not who gave us the information. It's just what are the statistics? What's going on? We have a problem. How can we fix this? It's not like, well, white guys only work on white diseases and black scientists work on black diseases. And we're not going to take any advice from a black scientist. Whoever can cure AIDS and whoever can cure testicular cancer, whatever it is, knock yourself out. And by the way, this applies to every culture that's doing too much of this. Somebody's got to step up and say something. That's it. And, for them, because they're killing each other. It's literally life and death, and no politician will say a word. But again, we'll never stop talking about secondhand smoke because everyone gets behind secondhand smoke.
Right.
No one ever raises their hand and goes, I disagree with that. And we never stop with click it or ticket. We never stop with airplane turbulence or whatever the fuck it is, or no means no, or whatever else we're talking about. This has a body count attached to it and never touched. All right, good. That's your society. But in my world, I'll discuss it. And the idea that I get to be fucking racist is insane. I've never.
It's your show.
Never done a thing to anybody based on their fucking color. I've always, and when you come from a background of playing sports, all I did my whole fucking sporting career was block for black guys carrying the rock. Yeah. I mean, that was all I did was lead sweeps and try to knock guys over. So,
yeah, of course. But definitely not the quarterback. They're smart enough.
Well, yeah, no. That's a cultural thing, yeah. All right. So, anyway, we have 3 kids, one of them under a year.
The other 2 fathered by the richest guy in the house.
Yeah, who had to basically had to pay for him and only wanted one. I won't say which, but God damn it. The point is this. I mean, I barely could even have kids. I had to go through the whole in vitro thing. I mean, we seriously, and combined age is not barely 12 if you took all the months and put them together. That's out of 10 adults or 35 years of age. Imagine the utopia we'd be living in, or imagine the utopia many of these countries would be if they just adopted this.
Us. If it was just us everywhere.
Traffic alone.
Oh.